Hello again. I want to test your skills a little bit more with substitution before we move to the special cases of substitution. And this is a problem that I typically put on a test, and I imagine most of your teachers probably would too. And I tell them that it's a very easy substitution problem, but sometimes you have a handful of students who don't know what they're doing. They come up to you and they ask, and you say, come on. And then you say, what is x? Well, if you already know the x, then you should figure, and then they're, oh, I know, don't say, Mr. Shin. I'm not going to say it anyways, but sometimes it confuses students a little bit. You can solve this problem with substitution. X equals 4 and y equals x plus 6. This is a vertical line, and this is some kind of slanted line. I'm not going to get into specifically, but they do cross. Now here's where students get confused. They don't know what the x and the y answer are, but that's why it's so easy. It's difficult. You're already given the x answer. X equals 4. Bam! You already figured out your x value. Well, how do I figure? Oh, y equals x plus 6, but x is 4. Write it in coordinate form, and they're able to do it, 4, 10. Much easier substitution problem than you'll ever see. And then substitution is definitely the best way to go when you do this type of a problem. But sometimes students get flustered, they get scared, and they try to graph it and they can't figure it out. But it's actually much easier than it is. And I guarantee you, you'll see this most of the time in any algebra class when you're doing this specific topic. Because I would always put this type of a question on there just for fun. Make people think. Next one is y equals x plus 4 and y equals 2x plus 2. And again, this is a substitution problem. Both variables are solved for themselves. Some people might argue, well, can't you graph it? Yeah, you could graph it. Yeah, you could eliminate it too. But we're not on elimination yet. We're on substitution, and that's what we're going to do. Now, here's a way that I started doing it, and I suppose when somebody figured this out, this is how substitution and elimination came into effect. Because I imagine that graphing would have been the first of the three, and then followed by substitution. Here's what somebody probably did. They're both solved for y. So y is equal to x plus 4, y is equal to 2x plus 2. And I try explaining this to my students, and sometimes it takes them a while to figure it out. So if you don't figure it out right away, pause back, look back at it, and it'll make more sense. So y is equal to x plus 4. Y is equal to 2x plus 2. So instead of putting a y here, what can I substitute? I can substitute a 2x plus 2, or instead of putting a y here, I can substitute an x plus 4. I can just set those equations equal to each other. That's pretty much it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this 2x plus 2 because y is also equal to 2x plus 2. I'm substituting it in for y, and it's equal to x plus 4. So 2x plus 2 is equal to x plus 4. Solve for x. 2x minus 1x is x. Plus 2 equals 4. Subtract 2 on both sides. X equals 2. All you have to do then is substitute it into any equation you want. And they're both relatively easy. Let's do the first one though, because it's slightly easier than the second one. Y equals x plus 4, but x is actually 2. Y equals 6. Write it in coordinate form, and you're done. Now sometimes students don't believe me and they say, well, if I substitute into the second one, I'm not going to get the same answer. I said, yeah, you are. You just got to try it. Okay, 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2, never mind, never mind. But at least it gives them a more concrete idea of how to think. You know, when they can see that it works for both of them and it's not just speculation. But that's a overview of substitution without the special cases, which I'm going to do in the very next lesson. But if you've got a good handling of it, especially that very difficult, monstrous problem with the fractions that I gave you, you'll be fine. And most problems aren't like the fractions, but it's good to get some sort of a problem like that in to show you that not all substitution problems are easy. That said, we'll get to the next lesson. Have a good day.